Learn English. Leo felt a knot in his stomach every time an English conversation began. He wanted desperately to speak, to connect, but fear held him captive. His mind would race, searching for the right words, only to find a frustrating blank. This initial step felt like climbing a mountain, insurmountable and terrifying. He dreamed of fluency, yet the path seemed entirely unclear. He understood the global significance of English. It was the language of opportunity, of vast knowledge, and of connecting with diverse cultures. His career aspirations, his desire to travel, all hinged on mastering this crucial skill. Yet, every attempt felt like hitting a brick wall. The frustration was a constant companion, a heavy burden. Taking the first step felt like walking off a cliff. What if he made a mistake? What if people laughed? These worries paralyzed him, preventing any meaningful progress. He knew he had to overcome this initial hesitation, but the psychological barrier seemed impossibly high. How could he possibly break free from this suffocating anxiety? One day, browsing a dusty old bookshop, he stumbled upon a children's English storybook. The vibrant cover and simple language intrigued him. He hesitantly bought it, a small act of rebellion against his fear. This small purchase, seemingly insignificant, would soon become the unexpected turning point in his language journey. He began reading the book, slowly at first, deciphering each word. To his surprise, he found himself immersed in the tale. The simple narrative, though written for kids, was genuinely captivating. He wasn't just learning words, he was experiencing a story, a world entirely new to him. This was learning, but also pure joy. Each new story introduced him to fresh vocabulary and context, making retention much easier. He noticed patterns, common phrases, and grammatical structures without consciously studying them. Reading became a pleasurable discovery, not a chore. His passive understanding of English grew exponentially, paving the way for active usage. His comprehension improved dramatically. He could follow complex plots, understand character motivations, and even predict outcomes. This newfound ability boosted his confidence in a subtle yet powerful way. He realized that English wasn't just a collection of rules, but a living, breathing form of communication. As he read more, he started hearing the sentences in his head. He would rephrase dialogues, imagine conversations, and even narrate his daily life silently in English. This internal practice, unbeknownst to him, was preparing his mind for actual verbal communication. The fear slowly began to recede. One afternoon, while ordering coffee, he instinctively formed a simple English sentence. "Can I have a latte, please?" It slipped out effortlessly. The barista understood, and for the first time, Leo felt a surge of exhilaration. This tiny, uncalculated victory was monumental for him. He had actually spoken. He realized that making mistakes was not the end of the world. The barista hadn't corrected him, they had simply understood. This small interaction taught him a crucial lesson: communication, not perfection, was the goal. The fear of error began to dissipate, replaced by a nascent courage. His extensive reading had provided him with a vast internal library of phrases and structures. When he spoke, his brain could access these pre-built linguistic blocks, making sentence formation much quicker. Reading wasn't just about understanding, it was about internalizing the rhythm and flow of the language. Emboldened, Leo sought out opportunities to speak. He joined an online English conversation group, starting with simple greetings. The initial awkwardness was present, but the supportive environment helped him push through. He found that others were also learning, creating a safe space for practice. When he made errors, the group members kindly offered corrections or clarifications. He learned to embrace these moments as valuable learning opportunities, rather than sources of embarrassment. Every misstep became a stepping stone, refining his pronunciation and grammar in real time. With each successful conversation, his confidence soared. He started to believe in his ability to express himself. The crippling self-doubt that once plagued him slowly evaporated. He realized that consistency and courage were the true keys to unlocking his speaking potential. Confidence wasn't a sudden gift, it was built brick by brick through small victories and persistent effort. He celebrated every intelligible sentence, every successful interaction. Understanding that progress, not perfection, fueled his journey, he continued to push his boundaries. He realized that learning English through stories was a profound discovery. The emotional connection to characters and plots made the language stick. It wasn't just vocabulary lists anymore, it was narrative, context, and human experience intertwined with linguistic acquisition. To improve his fluency, Leo started incorporating English into his daily routine. He'd narrate his actions aloud while cooking, describe his surroundings during walks, and even think through his work problems in English. This constant exposure was vital for naturalizing the language. He also adopted shadowing, listening to native speakers and imitating their intonation and rhythm. This exercise significantly improved his pronunciation and reduced his accent. It felt like learning to sing, mimicking the masters until the melody became his own. The ultimate goal was to think in English. Leo consciously made an effort to internalize his thoughts directly in English, bypassing his native language. Initially challenging, this practice gradually streamlined his thought-to-speech process, making his conversations more spontaneous and natural. Thinking directly in English eliminated the translation step, which often caused delays and awkward pauses. His responses became quicker, more fluid, and less forced. This breakthrough was pivotal for true fluency, allowing him to engage in dynamic conversations effortlessly. He surrounded himself with English. He changed his phone language, watched English movies without subtitles, and listened to English podcasts during his commute. This constant immersion trained his ears and mind to process English subconsciously, accelerating his progress. Active listening became another crucial skill. He focused not just on the words, but on the speaker's tone, body language, and underlying meaning. This holistic approach to comprehension enriched his understanding and prepared him for more nuanced interactions. Consistency was non-negotiable. Even on busy days, he dedicated at least 15 minutes to English practice. Whether it was reading a chapter, watching a short video, or just thinking in English, he never broke the chain. Small, consistent efforts yielded massive results. He learned to embrace the journey, understanding that fluency was a marathon, not a sprint. There were good days and challenging days, but he never lost sight of his ultimate goal. Every step, no matter how small, brought him closer to mastery. He realized that English was more than just grammar rules and vocabulary lists. It was about cultural understanding, idioms, and subtle nuances. His reading exposed him to various cultural contexts, deepening his appreciation for the language's rich tapestry. Leo found a language exchange partner online, someone eager to learn his native language. This reciprocal arrangement provided him with regular, low-pressure opportunities to practice speaking and receive direct feedback, which was incredibly valuable for improvement. He started simulating real-life situations, rehearsing job interview answers, practicing ordering food, or even discussing current events, all in English. This proactive approach prepared him for actual encounters, reducing anxiety and boosting his readiness. The greatest reward was the sheer joy of communicating freely. He could express his thoughts, share his opinions, and connect with people from around the world without hesitation. The world had literally opened up to him, thanks to his persistent efforts. Friends and colleagues noticed his transformation. The once timid Leo was now confidently engaging in English discussions, sharing jokes, and even leading presentations. His journey was an inspiration, proving that dedication truly transforms potential into reality. Even after achieving a high level of fluency, Leo understood that learning never truly stops. He continued to read, to listen, and to practice, always seeking new words and expressions. Language learning was now a lifelong passion, an endless adventure. His confidence extended to public speaking. He no longer feared standing before an audience and delivering a speech in English. The practice of thinking and speaking seamlessly translated into articulate presentations, making his voice heard clearly. Through diverse media and conversations, he gradually became proficient in understanding various English accents, from British to Australian, American to Indian. This adaptability enhanced his overall listening comprehension, making global interactions smoother. Beyond language, learning English taught him discipline, resilience, and patience. It opened his mind to different perspectives and fostered a deeper appreciation for global diversity. The benefits extended far beyond mere communication skills. Leo's story became an inspiration. When others asked how he achieved such fluency, he always emphasized the power of consistent reading and courageous speaking. He encouraged everyone to find stories that resonated with them. He firmly believed that reading was the bedrock. It provided the necessary vocabulary, grammar, and contextual understanding. Without a solid reading foundation, speaking would always feel like building a house without proper bricks. Speaking, he explained, was the output, the active application of what was absorbed through reading and listening. It was the muscle that needed constant exercise to grow strong and agile, overcoming initial clumsiness. Leo often spoke about the importance of a positive mindset. He stressed that fear of failure was the biggest obstacle. Embracing mistakes as learning opportunities transformed the entire process into an exciting challenge. He made English fun. He didn't treat it as a subject but as a hobby, an exploration. This playful approach kept him motivated, ensuring that his journey was filled with enjoyment, not just arduous effort. Connecting with English stories, whether fictional tales or real-life accounts, made the learning process deeply personal. It wasn't about abstract rules, it was about human emotions, adventures, and shared experiences communicated through language. His advice for starting speaking immediately was simple: begin with greetings, introduce yourself, and ask basic questions. Don't wait for perfection, just start making sounds. Every spoken word is a step forward, no matter how small. He learned to challenge his internal monologue of self-doubt. When thoughts like, "I can't do this," arose, he would replace them with, "I am trying, and that's enough." This mental shift was crucial for progress. Technology played a vital role. Language learning apps, online dictionaries, and video call platforms enabled him to practice and access resources anytime, anywhere. He leveraged these tools to maximize his learning efficiency. Through consistent practice, Leo found his own unique voice in English. He wasn't just imitating, he was expressing his authentic self, conveying his personality and humor. This felt like true liberation. Persistence was the silent hero of his story. There were days of frustration, but he never gave up. He understood that every effort, no matter how small, accumulated over time into significant mastery. He now truly enjoyed the process of learning and speaking English. It wasn't a chore, but a gateway to new friendships, exciting opportunities, and a broader understanding of the world. His journey became a source of genuine happiness. His journey epitomized the transformation from fear to freedom. The shy, hesitant individual who once dreaded English conversations was now a confident, articulate speaker. This metamorphosis was profound and deeply rewarding. Leo learned that the ultimate goal was effective communication, not flawless grammar. While accuracy was important, conveying his message clearly and confidently was paramount. This realization alleviated immense pressure. Looking back, Leo felt immense gratitude for that simple children's storybook. It had not only taught him English but had also taught him the power of small beginnings and the profound impact of persistent effort. His advice to beginners was always the same: start reading, even simple texts. Then, start speaking, even if it's just to yourself. Embrace mistakes. Most importantly, find joy in the process. A new world had opened for Leo. He traveled extensively, engaged with locals effortlessly, and accessed global information unfiltered. His English journey wasn't just about language, it was about unlocking infinite possibilities and a richer life. Crucial to his success was unwavering self-belief. He learned to trust his own ability to learn and adapt. Doubts would arise, but he always returned to the conviction that he could achieve his language goals. Leo now frequently shared his story, a testament to the transformative power of language learning. He hoped his experiences would inspire countless others to embark on their own English adventures, overcoming their fears. Fluency, he concluded, wasn't about sounding like a native speaker. It was about confidence, clarity, and the ability to express oneself without significant mental effort. It was about effortless communication, a truly liberating feeling. His English journey became a lifelong adventure, constantly evolving. He knew there was always more to learn, more stories to discover, and more people to connect with. The journey was indeed the destination. From a shy, hesitant learner to a confident, fluent communicator, Leo's transformation was remarkable. His story proves that with dedication, reading, and courageous speaking, anyone can master English and unlock a world of opportunities.